if you've got a new customer, she comes through the door and she's got somebody else's work on her nails, is it okay to work on top of another nail tech's work? We're going to talk about this right now on the Biz Talk. Trace.
Can I say something?
God. Help me.
Before you start talking.
Yes.
I'm severely disappointed you got your voice back.
On Monday, we had this team in here. We were doing a bunch of filming, and I literally talked for like 3 hours straight.
Straight?
Straight, which I can do. And I lost my voice, and the team was celebrating, especially Tracey.
It's been heaven.
You haven't, I know. And then I got sick, and I stayed at home, and now I'm better, and I kind of have my voice back, and Tracey must be a little sad.
Yes, you called today, and I'm like, oh, you're not coming in today? And you're like, I'm on my way. And I'm like...
She really did. She didn't ask, are you coming in? She's like, oh, so you're not coming in today.
It's like it was a statement, not a question. And then I got denied.
You got denied. Here I am. Okay, let's talk about this because this is actually something that happens quite often, correct?
Correct.
New customer, right?
Yes.
Comes in the door. She's got somebody else's work. And we get this question a lot. Is it okay to work on top of this other person's work? So really, like, kind of just doing a fill on top of it, right? Like, you're just going to take it down a little bit, clean it up, put your work on top of it, and go.
Yep.
And I would imagine, customers are probably going to think, oh, yeah, just give me a fill. Like, I don't need a full set.
Yeah.
It's a little less expensive. Tracey, is that okay to do?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes.
No. Yes. Like you're saying yes, no, or
it's
like
both.
It's
never simple with me. You know that. It's never just a basic yes or no.
Ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Please explain.
I understand someone not wanting to remove their nails to have you put a set of nails on. And sometimes it's perfectly fine. Like if Steph's client was coming to me and I know what she uses and I'm fine with it, I'm not going to make that customer not have nails on. Even if I don't know the person, this is the beauty of the day and age we live in. They can text me a picture of what their nails look like. I still probably won't know what they have on. Now, there could be combining the two products might run into an issue. So it's a yes and no because, yes, I can. If the nails are halfway decent, I won't work over a mess. I'm not cleaning. I'm not doing, I'm not repairing other people's problems.
Okay.
But if the nails are in a good shape, I might work over them, but with a disclaimer.
Okay. The disclaimer being, look, there's no guarantee.
I do not guarantee them for 2 weeks.
Right. You're not going to be able to guarantee it because you just don't know.
I have no idea what was used. We can, you can pay to have them removed and we can reapply. We can work over. However, I typically guarantee my work for 2 weeks. If you start breaking these, I'm going to have to charge you for the repairs.
Right.
Or I may just at that point say we have to start over.
Okay. So that's clear, and that totally makes sense. But what is going to define what is good and what is a mess? Like, what do you mean? Like, when the nails come in, you're inspecting, what are you looking for to determine if the set is, like, good so that you can work over it?
Severe lifting. So if I'm going to have to take care of all that lifting anyway, which is going to take it almost down. I mean, if you ever, well, you haven't. But you guys know, when someone has severe lifting and you start taking it down and you end up pretty much just putting on a new nail anyway.
Right.
So I'm not going to charge them for a fill when I've had to remove everything because they were lifting. Or they're just like the shape is out of control or they're big and thick and it's out of control. And I'm going to be spending all this time making them, correcting the issues,
right,
which is going to cost me a lot of time. It's not just a fill.
It's kind of like you buy a home that's in really bad condition, sometimes it's easier just to demo the whole home and start all over
Just
again.
take it to a bearing wall and call it a day.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And same thing with hair. Like if you go into a hairdresser and you have getting color, it's one price. If they're doing color correction, and
That's
then
hard.
it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. They charge for that color correction. They're fixing someone else's issues.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's really tough.
So, and I think when you're first starting to, Habib, you're more inclined to go, you know what? Yeah, come on in, and I'm going to charge you for a fill, and I'm going to take care of it. Once you build a clientele, you get a little more picky. You get a little more like, no, not working over other people's work, not doing it.
But even just starting out, that makes sense to me. It's like you just don't know how it's going to hold up. You don't know. In the end, you can't. So at the minimum, that disclaimer I think is huge. I think you have to communicate that to the client, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, look, I don't know how these are going to hold up because I didn't do them.
I didn't do them.
And the only thing keeping my nails attached to yours is that person's work underneath.
That's the foundation.
That's the
It's
foundation.
Something you didn't do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that completely makes sense to me. But is it usually the client asking this, or is it like the nail tech just wanting to do a fill over it because it's going to be quicker? Usually I would imagine it's the client saying, no, don't remove them all. Is that the situation mostly?
Yeah, normally a client's going to call and say, I need a fill.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
this is okay, but then the tip off here is this is a brand new client. So if the brand new client is coming in and saying, I just need a fill, it's like, I'm going to be working over somebody else's work.
Exactly. And that's that. I just love now that we have all this texting and issue because
You can see.
You can see. Oh, no, they're really good. Okay, cool. Shoot me a picture.
Yeah, text it to me.
Text me a picture, see what I'm working with. And then I can, and you don't even have to say it's because I may take them all off or it's, going to cost you more money. All you can tell them at that moment is, I need to know how much time to book you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because obviously a fill is going to be less than a full set.
Yeah, and you want to make sure that you say, I need a picture of your nails in their current state.
Right.
Not when you first got them done and you did your nail fee.
Right.
I need them in their current state.
As they are right this moment.
Yeah.
So this really is happening more often when you're building a clientele, right? Because when you're building a clientele is where you're going to be experiencing new clients. Right.
Exactly.
So this is something that you're going to have to deal with in the beginning stages.
Absolutely.
Probably quite often.
Yeah.
Now, what if the customer is, well, actually, let's do this, Tracey.
Oh boy.
Let's do a situation.
I knew this was coming.
Yeah, no. I think it's good
You love situations.
I love situations, and I like to reenact them, and I like to be the customer. So we come in. So I call you. Hey, I just, I want to book an appointment with you, see if I can get in your schedule. And let's also pretend that you're just starting out.
Okay.
Okay, so just keep that mindset.
Okay.
You don't have a full clientele.
I have nobody.
You got no one. You've got me, and that's it.
I quit. I'm quitting right now.
So I call you. Hey, Trace, I want to come in. Can you get me in the schedule? I just need a fill.
Absolutely. I would love to get you on the books. Could you do me a favor? I'm going to give you my number, or I can text you. Give me your number so we have our contact information. I'm going to shoot you a hi. I need you to go ahead and shoot me a picture of your nails in the way they look right now. That way I kind of know basically what kind of time I'm going to book you. And then if also, Habib, if you have any pictures of what you're looking for, shoot me those pictures too.
Okay. Perfect. So let's say I send you the pictures, and let's say they're questionable. Okay. I walk in the salon. Okay. So let's say they're questionable, and you're thinking you're going to book out an hour for a full set. Okay. Like in your head, you're like, I'm going to book out an hour because, when she comes in, I'm going to let her know. Or would you have let her know beforehand?
I would already have let her know.
Okay. So would you call her back?
Yeah. No, I'd shoot her a text. Hey, Habib, thanks for the pics. These are super helpful. It looks like you have a lot of lifting. The shape is kind of wider than I typically do. Is that a shape that you like? For me, I'm questioning whether we should not just start new. I know that might not be what you're looking for, but I want your nails to last. So to get them to last, I think it probably is the best idea. I'm going to need to start over and start fresh.
Number one, that's a long ass text.
It is, but you just put that in your little notes and then copy and paste.
No, you're not. No. Yeah. You're going to call. If you're
you
going
to you could call.
I think calling that is going to be better.
Yeah, well.
Let's pretend you call me.
Let's pretend that most people don't answer their phones.
Okay, let's say you get me on the phone this time.
Okay, well, same conversation.
Same conversation. But then I say, Tracey, I really, really don't need that. I just need you to fix, a couple of lifting. That's not a lot. You'll see when I come in. Please, I just need a fill.
You know what? I may be seeing something different in the picture. Come on in. We'll check them out. However, if there is, I can't, because I don't want you having problems. Habib, I cannot go over things that I know are going to be issues, because it's going to cost me time and cost you money, because I'm going to charge you for those repairs. So let's check them out when you get in and see what we can work with.
Okay, cool. I like that a lot. And then let's say I do come in and what if I'm just being super resistant? Remember, you're new, you're building a clientele. Yeah. If I'm just like, no, look, I just want you to work on top of what I have. Would you deny that person at that time, or like, how would you roll with that?
Well, again, it's a yes and no answer, because if it's just such a mess, and maybe let's say you have some greens that are going on and things like that, I'm just going to say, you know what, I cannot comfortably work on that with you, because what I need to do is not what you're wanting to do, and I totally understand, but that's just not how I work.
Okay, what if I don't have greenies or anything like that? Let's say they're healthy for all intents and purposes, right? But if I'm still resistant to what you're doing, right? How, would you just be like, okay, look, well, how would you do it?
I would say, you know what, Habib, you're right. Not all these are very badly lifted, but there's quite a few lifting. This is going to take me more time, and the shape you have and the shape you want is two different things. Totally going to work with you. We're going to work with it, but this is the price it's going to be before any of the artwork that you want. This is your price. Are you cool with the price?
Okay. Yes, I'm cool with the price.
Let's do this. Okay. And just so you know, every once in a while, products just don't mesh up. So you may run into that issue. I'm letting you know. And if you do, I charge X amount for repairs. Perfect.
Really communicating everything. I'm trying to take it to worst case scenario where somebody is super resistant.
Yeah.
And they're just saying no. And as somebody that's building a clientele, how would you handle it? Now, if you got a full clientele, I'm imagining the response is going to be a little bit different.
Well, they wouldn't have gotten on my books.
Right. Exactly. I just can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's just not going to happen.
Not going to happen. And there are times that, people are on vacation and you don't like the shape. They love the shape. It doesn't really matter. They're not lifted or anything. You're like, if that's what you like and I'm not keeping you as a client, I will give you what you want and gladly take your money and won't have to see you again.
Yeah. And I think in that moment, you're satisfying the customer.
You're not doing anything that you shouldn't do.
Of course. And at that point, they're saying, hey, look, I'm just out, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
And I just need this.
You do get that.
Yeah.
Vacation people. So,
right. So you got a lot of people vacationing in Redding. It's very interesting.
Actually, Shasta Lake, yo.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes.
I always like to dig at Tracey.
You can dig all you want to Redding. Love my Redding people.
We also love our Redding people. I'm just making fun of Tracey. This is a Tracey dig more than anything. Okay, cool. So I like how you handle that. Ultimately, I think the message here is you've got to beware. And that disclaimer is huge.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, and if you see that there's no lifting and it's not a mess as how you defined it, that yes, you will work on top of it, but under these conditions that you understand, I can't guarantee it.
Yeah. And you can even tell them, for the most part, I'm going to assume that you're not going to have any problems. But I'm just telling you, if you're wearing a product that breaks down easily, the foundation's weak, we may come across a few things, but we'll deal with it.
And like one more question. If you're going to remove the entire set and reapply a full set, how much time are you booking?
It depends what they're getting, but I'm probably going to book out no more than an hour and a half for everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it depends on like full removal.
Because full removal takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So for me, because I do use the electric file and then clip it and go. So yeah, it doesn't really cost me too much time.
But I've seen you do full removal and reapplication in an hour.
Yes, but new client. You never know what you're, just the conversation in itself. I always like to, book a little buffer sometimes with people, especially if we're going to have this whole conversation of that. So, and with the removal. So just
that's perfect.
Yeah.
So let us know what your policies are when it comes to working on other nail technicians' work for new clients. I think it could be helpful for a lot of people that are just starting out, as they're going to be dealing with the situation more often than not. Tracey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining us this week. We will see you next time on the Biz Talk.